What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm here with
First one!
And today we're back at it, answering questions that you guys have given us in another enticing episode of For the Greater.
This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. And that is what Twist Jane did. He asks, or she asks, which favorite theories would you like to come to reality from GW? As Isha freed from Nurgle, redemption of the traitor Primarchs, or the identity of the unknown Primarchs, etc. That's a really good, so basically like all the conspiracy theories that we have about 40K, which one would we like to see? Do you have one?
Yeah, definitely. I want to see the origins of Farsight's Dawnblade and what implications that has with the lore for not just the Tau, but overall. And the second thing, which is kind of tying the same faction together, is what exactly is going on with the Ethereals? Is it like mind control, or what's going on with that?
Yeah. What would you like to see though? Like in terms of like, so what theories do you like?
I really like to see if like I want the Tau to be mind control and for there to be like a civil war and to see the Tau reemerge as like something else entirely. Like once all the Ethereals are dead, how do they make almost like feudal Japan, like they have like shogunates and each Tau world has their own leaders and stuff like that.
That would be cool.
Yeah. They kind of alluded to something like this in this fan version of Warhammer 40K. And there basically was like shogunates for like the Tau Empire, and they go through every faction as to what they're going to be becoming after like the Imperium falls and there's a new era. So
yeah, and I think you could do that just because ethereal models are very they're not good at the tabletop, right?
They're good because they're a force multiplier. They give out auras and buffs.
Why don't you use them?
Because I don't like ethereals.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that would be cool. I would want the I just had it and it went away. Oh, the Emperor becoming a god. Finally, like just the same way that what was the craft world or god or the Eldar god?
Oh, Ennead?
Yeah, just like Ennead came to life, it would be nice to have like an avatar of the god Emperor come to life. Kind of like the Legion of the Damned kind of just randomly show up and then they fight. It would be cool if for like one game or one battle you have an avatar, you have like the Emperor himself come back, you fight, but then he goes back into like the warp, and he is that like etheric thing that has been forming because of humanity's prayer to the God Emperor. So if they actually fulfill that prophecy of like, yes, he's becoming a god, and now you can play him on the tabletop, but understand that lore-wise, he's just there for that battle and then leaves.
Yeah. That'd be kind of similar to how the Sanguinor for like the Blood Angels is.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of like, is he a spirit? Is he an actual thing? Like he comes out of nowhere, saves the day, and then dips.
Yeah, I actually saw some really cool art from, like we follow some of the GW artists, or the ones that GW hires to do art, on Instagram, and he posted a picture of the Sanguinor. And he is on a throne, so it's one of those situations where like, ooh, I wonder that's foreshadowing.
Yeah, but like the other things that she mentioned in there are pretty interesting things too, like Isha getting freed. That's gonna be crazy for the Eldar. Maybe that's what the Eldar need to like have a new line of models finally come out. Yeah, because they've got models that are like 20 years old, like still metal models.
I'm pretty sure because they announced that the Dark Eldar Codex is going to be coming out in the next round of codices. But we also know, I have a feeling they were also going to get Dark Eldar models, like the infantry, because that was teased sometime earlier this year.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be kind of cool to see that in the future and see how that works out. Could the Dark Eldar be the ones to free Isha? I wonder.
That's an interesting concept. But I mean, why not?
Yeah, because Kamara is still part of the Webway, so it would be cool if like they somehow figured out a way to get into the Gardens of Nurgle and free Isha. But now it's like Isha is under the control of the Dark Eldar, who really just want to use her as a a way to like revive themselves.
Like a conduit or something.
So torturing a god. That would be super grimdark.
Yeah.
That would be really cool if GW did that.
Then I'd want Nurgle to free her.
Yeah.
Well, let's flip it. What's one theory that you don't want to see being touched?
Sanguinius. Coming back to life. I think that's kind of stupid.
Yeah. For me, I was kind of torn, but I think I'd rather not know, and that's the Lost Legions.
That's true. That's another one, yep.
Because it's interesting to see what GW would come up with, but I'm way more interested as to what the community has come up with.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like your Legion of... No, your... what are they called? Celestial Sun?
Yeah. It's like you could... And I've been like brainstorming other... Like another fan faction for Primaris Marines if I ever start them. And I think it's really interesting to see like different themes and like lores influence the Space Marines.
Yeah, and it's not if, it's when.
Exactly.
Because, like, let's face it, we're going to play this till we die. Sorry for the hound dogs barking. That was a good question, though. Next question comes from Giovanni Binny. Are there any human traders working or allied with orcs? So whenever any other race works with the orcs, it's only going to be temporary. And the reason that it's temporary is because the orcs have this mentality of might makes right within their own culture. So, like, only other orcs can lead the orcs. So eventually there will be backstabbing and the orcs will just get tired of whoever they're allied with and destroy them. You will never see, like, let's say there's a separatist planet that works with a freebooter captain. It might happen once, but it will not, like, end well.
Is it freebooter or freebooter?
I think it's freebooter. Buddha is Buddha.
True.
Yeah.
Buddha orc incoming. This one's by Alex Chalmers. Could you make a blank-only chapter of Space Marines?
Blank.
No.
Oh, okay. So The Exorcist, I think.
They're the closest to that. But yeah, I mean, if you guys can make any fan chapters, you can go ahead and do that. Yep. Sisters, very gassy today. Sisters of Silence are all blanks.
I wonder if you could do that, like get a Primaris army, but use the Codex for the Sisters of Battle, and then just like, because then you have a reason to be a blank, you know? How big can a squad of Sisters of Silence be?
At least 5.
Which is almost the same as like Primaris Marines.
Right. Well, I think, yeah, Primaris Marines come in squads of 5, because you could combat a squad of 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe even 3? Because I know back in the day, there was only, 3 sculpts for them when they came out with the Custodes?
That was 5.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This one is by, well, it's not really a question, but Kevin Gonzalez says, when you guys do the WAAAGH thing, it almost looks like you're burping and farting at the same time.
Yeah, that's why
I'm so gassy.
Did we even do it in the beginning of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe we did.
Because, like, my stomach is bubbling right now.
Oh, it's because he's getting ready for the next one.
For the next one.
That's that gallbladder.
It's the powerhouse of the body.
Used to be the mitochondria. Not anymore.
Not anymore, no. This question comes from Isaac Langdon. Who would, when all of the Uncharted Catan working together, or Chaos Undivided?
Who would indeed?
Who would?
I assume you meant like who would win.
Oh, okay, yeah. So all of the Uncharted Catan or Chaos Undivided? Chaos Undivided.
You
Chaos
think
Undivided.
so?
Oh, wait,
Undivided?
Yeah. You're talking about Chaos Undivided, meaning like they have boons from all 4 Chaos Gods, all 4 major Chaos Gods, who rule the Immaterium, as opposed to these gods that were defeated by the Necrons that are really just space parasites.
Yeah. Yeah, and also the Catan are weak against the warp.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, they got it.
It's like Blastoise fighting Charizard. Even though, yeah, it's like that.
In the anime, they make it seem like typing isn't that much of a thing, but in the actual game it is.
Right.
This one's by Jamie Garth. How awesome is bacon?
I think as I've gotten older, bacon kind of lost
Its thing, its
yeah,
flair.
yeah.
Yeah. Because oftentimes it's like, should I put bacon on it for an extra $2? I'm like, no.
Maybe avocado, like guac, but it has to be that creamy guac. Because sometimes you look at the guac and it's brown already. So it's like, nah, I'm not going to pay an extra $2 to get that brown shit on my burger.
Because then your gallbladder has to work harder.
And then you get gassy.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't do the WAAAGHs anymore.
This next one is by Dragon Punch 903. Between the Skitarii and the Inari, which force is easier to get into 40k with?
Which ones?
Skitarii and Inari. So the Inari is basically all of the Eldar clumped together, and the Skitarii is the Martians from Mars.
The biker
Biker mice from Mars.
Yeah. I don't even, because I'm thinking about starter sets, and I think with the starter set for the Skitarii, you're definitely going to use the Adeptus Mechanicus, the the Tech Priest. The Tech Priest. So you're definitely going to use that, and he's really strong. You're definitely going to use Onager Doomcrawlers, and you're definitely going to use the Rangers or the Vanguard, I think they're called. So that starter kit is amazing. I don't know about the Eldar starter kit.
I want to say it has a bunch of Kabbalite warriors.
Do you use them on the tabletop, or would you? Are they good?
I don't know, because like the player that uses the Dark Eldar, he doesn't really play that often, so it's like.
That's true.
Because like he does use them, but he always has them inside transports.
Yeah, and I remember the old starter set for the Eldar was really good because it came with a bunch of jet bikes. And that, like, if you have a starter set which gives you the free jet bike captain dude, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But that doesn't exist anymore.
Right, unfortunately.
So I would say Adeptus Mechanicus, but I am biased because I play Skitarii.
Yeah, I would say the Skitarii too, just because they seem like the more well-rounded. But I mean, if it's Inari, you could fill any gaps with the other, like Dark Eldar, Harlequins, etc. And now, if you're trying to play a meta army, the Harlequins are really good. But that might not be the case later on.
Harlequins are good?
Yeah, they're winning a lot of tournaments because they're maneuverable.
Where are these tournaments going on? Because I thought we're supposed to be in quarantine. Next question comes from Steve Otten. Yeah, Steve Otten. Is the sound Alchemist related to Yogi Berra in any way? I'm guessing it's just Yogi Berra. Unless there is a Yogi Berra, do you know?
I have no idea what this Yogi Berra is.
When pursuing some of the older videos, I came across the gem from him, and I am trying to figure out if it's some profound thing that he said or a statement of complete nonsense. To quote, "Now this was short yet sweet, just like there is dark and light. May 27th, 2017, Sound Alchemist, 40 Facts on the Astropath." What does it really mean?
I don't think I could answer that anymore because, as you guys have probably figured out, I have been changed. I am not the Sound Alchemist that you knew from back then. The Potato Head monsters got a hold of me, and all these parts are actually just fleshy limbs and a mouthpiece for the Potato Head monster that is in the core of my body.
Which is why he wears like things that appear to be warmer, even though the room is actually kind of hot.
Yeah, that's why sometimes I got a whole jacket and he's got like
a shirt.
So, who knows? Maybe it's like that one advertisement for the popsicles where it's like a 1, a 2, a 3. The world may never know. It is a popsicle, right?
It's the Tootsie Pop.
There popsicle. You go.
So that comment though, that is pretty profound.
I would say thank you, but I'm not.
You didn't say it. This question comes from Dean McKenzie. What would happen if that one Mechanicus scientist was successful? That one Mechanicus scientist.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, that one. The one that looks like a scarab, kind of, right? What's his name?
That one.
That one, yeah. So if he successfully built the the teleports and switched out the soul system for, let's say, McCragg's system, or would there be a smarter place for the Imperium to send the soul system? So So if you were to take all the planets of the solar system and then just transport them to, and I'm guessing the sun too, because you can't need the sun, but like transport that into another star system, if that worked, yeah, Ultramar would be really good. Wherever the problem with Ultramar is that the Tyranids are over there.
Yeah.
Like they attacked Macragge, they attacked Bao, so that's kind of dangerous. Maybe on the what's the western part of the
map
segmentum? Yeah.
Aren't there like Necrons over there?
Pacificus, I think. No, and the Pacificus is, I think it's Chaos, because the Eye of Terror is the Tempestus that's on top, and then the bottom would be the, what's the other one?
The Taint.
I don't think the bottom would be good because Tyranids are also coming from there. Basically, you're just trying to get Terra away from the Tyranids.
And the Tyranids are like completely, well, almost.
No, they're
almost.
west. No, they're east and north. So if you go west or
West.
Never eat. So east, south. That's where the Tyranids are. West would be safe, but there's the Veiled region is like. There might be Necrons in the Veiled region. And then north is the Eye of Terror. Terror.
And you got the Cicatrix Maledictum, tearing the whole thing in half.
In the Ultima Segmentum. And it's not really splitting the thing in half, it's screwing up the Ultramarines and the Blood Angels, which is GW's way of saying, like...
it's affecting the Ultramarines. The whole galaxy's cut in half.
Exactly, yeah.
Sorry, headphones users. Speaking of headphone users, Matt Velasquez has asked a question. Can a librarian absorb the power of other psychers? Also, great video, and thank you for the juicy lore.
Juicy. Super juicy.
Jugoso. We gotta wear those pants that say juicy on the back.
I mean, we are. We just
true.
can't show them. If you guys want to see it, support us on our OnlyFans.
Why does yours say juicy on the front?
You know why. J-U-C... Oh, the dot of the I. What was this question?
Can a librarian absorb the power of other psychers?
I'm pretty sure there's a mild version of that. There isn't anything that, like...
Unless you're talking about Chaos, because the newest Chaos Librarian, the dude that's all about, like, demon powers and stuff like that, the guy with, like, the goat skull, he can actually eat psychic powers and gain, like, strength from it.
That's kind of cool.
So, like, usually when you, like, just deny a power, this dude's eating the psychic energy. Yeah. But it'd be pretty cool, because, like, if you can eat psychers, like, you could just go up to anybody and be like, yo, those shoes are tight, son. Psych! Juicy.
This question comes from Jeremy. Do you remember 5th edition when they had all the different disciplines?
That was the best time to be a psycher.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And
that's why the Grey Knights are so good.
Yeah, they even added upon that with like geomancy, technomancy. I wish they could have continued that, but they had to simplify it for 8th.
For the Space Marines?
Well, in general, they just simplified all these different disciplines.
Damn it, GW.
Tisk tisk.
This question comes from Jeremy Kunayaka. Does Warhammer have a role-playing game system? If it does, have you played it? They have Dark Heresy, or they had Dark Heresy. I've never played it. I bought the books. A lot of the lore that we talk about comes from the books. Whenever we talk about the Inquisition or like planets and stuff like that, that comes from the Dark Heresy novels. Or not novels, but their role-playing system. Have we played it? No. Because I think D&D rules are way easier, and it's easier for you to take like an Inquisitor and
put them into D&D.
Yeah.
Also, I guess Blackstone Fortress is kind of.
Oh
like
yeah. Yeah.
Because you do like progress and evolve with your characters and whatnot.
It's not as open board as like the Dark Heresy, but the other big problem with Dark Heresy is that you can only play acolytes, human acolytes.
Yeah. So if you wanted to play like a Groot or a Space Marine or anything like that, nah.
Well, at least not in the core rule.
Right. Obviously, you get like homebrew stuff. But... That one guy. What would a corn dog be made of? And do you think it would taste good with ketchup and mustard? Love you guys, and keep up the great work. Exactly.
It would be made out of grox meat. Grox is a type of...
it's like a cow, no?
Yeah, it's a reptilian cow, yeah. Because what is the word for like those types of grazers, like goats and cows and sheep?
Food?
But I thought they had
they
pigs
do.
and stuff like that.
Livestock.
Yeah, so that is like the main livestock of the Imperium is groks, but groks are aggressive. Yeah, I think it tastes like chicken, so it'd be like a chicken hot dog, I guess. I've never had a chicken hot dog. I had a turkey hot dog. And it would not have ketchup, just because it wouldn't have ketchup.
Mustard?
Yeah.
Is it weird that I don't like hot dogs, but I like brats?
No, they have a different taste. I understand what you're saying. I agree. I like brats. I don't like hot dogs.
Yeah.
Unless you eat them with rice.
Hot dogs with rice?
Well, no, the weenie.
Just the weenie and rice? Oh, yeah. Because, like, my mom used to, like, slice it up and make eggs with the hot dog.
Yeah. It gives it a different flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for sending those questions, and talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah. As always, this has been the Sound Alchemist.
First one.
And let's go eat some weenies.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation. I knew I never had that much to lose.